In my perfect world, every shoe slips on and off with ease. Stylish, foot-shaped, and comfortable, the Lems Drifter is an easy grab-and-go option for anyone looking for a casual barefoot slipper. But with a rather thick and rigid injection-blown rubber outsole, how barefoot are they really? Hey folks, I'm glad you're here. My name is Chris, and this is the Sons of Sever YouTube channel where there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. As discussed in the intro, we're talking about the Lems Drifter today, which is a category of shoe that I'm a huge fan of. I love me some slip-on shoes. If you've watched the channel for a while, you'll know that I love slip-on shoes so much that I make most of my laced-up shoes slip-onable, if that is a word. But as always, we're going to talk about our likes and dislikes of this shoe in order to help you figure out if it's something you might want to purchase. If you're interested in skipping around to different parts of the video, there are timestamps down in the description. But for now, let's pass things over to Eric to talk to you about what he likes about the Lems Drifter.
Alright, when it comes to my likes of the Lems Drifter, there's two main things that I want to talk about here. The comfort of the shoe and then its convenience as well. So as far as the comfort goes, Lems shoes have really great barefoot qualities. They've got wide toe boxes, they are zero drop, and they're always pretty flexible. Now when it comes to Lems, they always have a little bit more stack height than others, and so if you're somebody who's transitioning into barefoot shoes, then this is a really good option for you. If you're somebody who loves the most ground feel as possible, then this probably won't do it for you. As far as Lems go, it's kind of par for the course for their shoes that they have wide toe boxes, that they are zero drop, but they carry a little bit more stack height for your underfoot comfort. So these shoes are super comfortable, especially with this soft canvas upper that they have and the included cork insole. I've always really liked that cork insole that comes from Lems, and it's really nice in this one. I actually ended up taking it out just to get a little bit more volume out of this guy, but having it in, having it out, it's comfortable either way. Now I really like the convenience of this shoe as well, it being a slip-on. It's something that I can just throw on and head outside to go get the mail or take the trash out or whatever. It's also a great option just for everyday casual wear, and I really like this feature of it. It's pretty cool that it was built to fold the heel down like that and basically turn it into a complete slipper. So that was something that was thought out and actually designed into the shoe. The last thing that I'll say about this shoe is that it comes in at a better price as well. It's $95, which is on the cheaper side of anything that you're going to find on Lems' website. So it's definitely a great introductory shoe to their line. It's a great transitioning shoe for people who are just starting out on their barefoot shoe journey. It's also just a great casual, comfortable, and convenient shoe if that's something that you're looking for.
The first like that I want to mention of the Lems Drifter that I have is actually going to come in the toe box. So they have their three categories: narrow, wide, widest. This is in the wide, but something we found with some of the wide category shoes from Lems is they kind of feel wide enough to be in that widest category. This is one of those. I've got plenty of room in this toe box to splay my toes out, and I can even wear toe spacers comfortably in this model of shoe. Again, that's going to be specific to my foot, but I found that this toe box is actually very nice and roomy. The next thing I want to talk about is how this shoe looks. I've had some other barefoot slip-on shoes where people have legitimately asked me, jokingly, did you just escape from a psych ward or a hospital or something like that? Because they kind of look like crazy person shoes. These, I think, actually look like classic boat shoes, and my argument for that comparison specifically is the drainage holes that we have on the side here. Now, I don't think that these will actually perform as like a boat shoe that gets wet and needs to drain water out of those holes. Those are more just for aesthetics, but I think that's the look we have going on here. So you wouldn't be surprised to see a guy in short shorts and a polo shirt wearing this on a yacht, but I think it just works really nicely as a good looking casual slip-on shoe. I will shamelessly admit I have worn this thing to church because I think it kind of just looks like a canvas loafer, and you can get away with loafers at church, at least in my opinion you can, and they're extremely comfortable for those kinds of situations, so I definitely wouldn't shy away from it based on how it looks. The last like I want to mention is the volume of this shoe. We've had mixed feelings about other slip-on shoes and their volume setup. Sometimes the volume's too low and it feels tight on the top of the foot. Sometimes too high and it feels like my foot is just slipping out of them. Obviously, no laces, so there's no adjusting that, except the one thing you can do is play with your insole setup. I find that the volume on this guy is kind of in the Goldilocks zone for me. I did take the insole out and the footbed is finished enough that I can get away with that. But I would say I have just the right amount of volume there. I could probably survive with the insole in and not have any issues. I have medium arched feet, so I don't have extremely high volume feet or low volume feet. If you have lower volume feet, I'd say throw the insole in, try it out. Maybe find a thicker insole. If you need one, you'll probably be okay. If you've got higher arched feet than mine, I think you'll be okay with the bungee here. It's actually pretty good, it's pretty forgiving, and I think that you'll be able to find just the right amount of volume in the Lems Drifter. With our likes of the Drifter out of the way, it's time for us to get into our dislikes of the shoe. But first, we want to mention some affiliates. We do have a link to Lems Shoes down in the description. So if at any point you are interested in checking out the Drifter on their website, make sure to use that link to navigate over there. If you end up purchasing anything, that does help the channel out a lot. We also have a playlist chock full of all of the other Lems offerings that we have reviewed. I'll throw a card up on the screen somewhere so you can navigate over to that if you are interested. But we're huge fans of Lems in general, and they have some very interesting stuff coming out for the fall and winter, so make sure you pay attention to our channel for that.
Okay, so when it comes to my dislikes of the Lems Drifter, the first one is going to be this outsole. It's the Lems proprietary IBR, so injection blown rubber, and it just isn't super durable. I wear through these things, especially on this part of the heel, pretty quickly, and so I don't think that that's going to be any exception here. Lems has started using their full rubber outsoles on a lot more of their shoes, which is something that I'm super excited about, and I hope they continue to integrate that outsole into more of their lineup. We'll see as time goes on, but as far as this one goes, I don't expect it to last a super long time. If I'm just wearing it casually, then I think that it's going to do just fine, but if I do want to take this thing out to go longboarding with a bunch, or if I was going to take it on trails and things like that, then I think that it would wear out pretty quickly. And then the second thing is, personally, I would love if Lems had more barefoot options as far as their stack heights go. For a casual shoe like this, I do want to get as much ground feel as possible, so I would love it if they could reduce their stack heights on a shoe like this. They've got their trail shoes like their boulder boots, where I like that added stack height. I think that it's nice to have when you're out climbing over sharp rocks and tree roots and things like that. But when it comes to a shoe like this that you're really just going to wear casually, I want it to be thin. I want to have a lot of ground feel out of it. And so I do wish that this one had a little bit less stack height to it. According to the website, it's got a 9mm outsole, and then you've got a 4.5mm insole. So you're looking at 13.5 overall if you've got that insole in there. And for a casual shoe, like I was saying, I think that you could bring that down a little bit more and make this thing closer to a barefoot shoe, which is what a lot of people are going to Lems looking for. Now again, if you're transitioning into barefoot shoes, then I think it'll be perfect for you. It is thinner than a lot of stack heights out there on the market today, and you're going to get those benefits of the toe box and the zero drop platform that it's on. So when it comes to my final opinion of the Lems Drifter, I really like it. This has been a super nice shoe just to throw on my feet to go do quick chores, and it's something that you can definitely wear all day long. It's a very comfortable shoe. I like the natural cotton canvas upper, and again, I like the price that it comes in at $95. That's cheaper than anything that you'll find on Lems website. So I think that there are a lot of cool benefits to this shoe. It's definitely one that I would recommend if you're looking for a casual and convenient shoe.
Getting into my dislikes of the Drifter, it is that chunky injection blown rubber sole. So it's got tons of air pushed into it. Less rubber, more air, so this thing is very light, but that is going to blow up your stack heights. So 10mm is quite a lot for a shoe in this category. Would love to see that halved. I don't think you need more than 5mm. In a shoe like this, that injection blown rubber specifically is also going to make the shoe a little bit more rigid than it needs to be. Now, if I really crank on it, I can definitely get it bending and twisting around and everything, but I'd love more flexibility. I'd love for a little less squish, and I think that going with real rubber instead of injection blown rubber would take this shoe a long, long ways. Getting into my final opinion of the Drifter, would I recommend this if you are looking for a slip-on barefoot shoe? I absolutely would. Now this is going to come down to some things. One, how important is the minimalism to you? Because 10 millimeters on a slip-on casual shoe like this is not very minimal in my opinion. But I will say, this thing is really, really comfortable. If you have a day or a week where your feet are just tired and you just want something super comfortable to slip in and out of, nice wide toe box, zero drop, so it's good for your posture and looks pretty good, I'm not sure you can do too much better than this guy. Would I love to see some improvements with this model? Absolutely, but this has been a daily driver for me this summer, whether it's taking my boy out longboarding, he loves to jump on my electric longboard with me, or I'm just walking down to the mailboxes, I'm jumping in the car for a quick errand. These things are so easy on and off and so comfortable, it makes them a really easy choice. There's not a lot of friction when it comes to whether or not I want to wear this shoe. So yes, I would definitely recommend it. Folks, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All those things really help the channel out. If you're interested in any of the products that we talked about in this video, there will be links to them down in the description. If we have discount codes for any of those companies, they will be featured with the links. If you want to get more content from us, there are 3 different places you can get it. The first one is Patreon, where for $1 a month, you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes content we don't post anywhere else. If you want to be most up to date with what we are working on, make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we are constantly posting unboxing videos. Go follow us on Strava if you're interested in seeing mini reviews in real time of the products we're using and what we're using them for. Strava allows you to track and post about your different activities. We track and post about our runs, trail runs, hikes, paddleboarding, and weightlifting, and we do little mini reviews on the products we're using during those activities. Go follow us there, and we will follow you back. We appreciate your view, and as always, we will catch you in the mountains.